This is a breaking news report. Breaking news.
People, it's time to get live on the line. And we are live.
Well, that's what time it is. It's time for Live on the Line. Yo, what's good? Hey, it's another Sunday night, and you on with your boy Brian B. We got a couple people on here with me. But first off, I just want to say thank you. This month has been amazing. I've had some amazing sponsors. If you guys don't know, if I've never really explained it, we actually go month to month with their sponsorships here. Sometimes they come back on, so you might see a couple more coming on next month. And some might be dropping off. Might be having some new ones. I know there's definitely a new one that's going to be coming next month. We have a new album from Lamar Tyree. Yo, we got a listening party. Yo, and if you guys follow the show, the entertainment show, Lamar Tyree came out a long time ago. And came on the show, was telling us about the album he had. He had the hot songs, he had the Oshana songs, been going everywhere. But he's got his album dropping. And we promoting it. We promoting it all month, next month. So that's definitely a big one I got. But thank you guys so much, man. Bedford Film Festival, they've still rocking with us. We're gonna have them coming back. Miss Purdy, Chef Purdy, go check it out. Yeah, yo, listen, let me just play it for you. Here you go. Check the sponsors real quick.
People, check out these amazing sponsors at the Beeline Entertainment.
This is Aaron Peavy. This is my buddy Butch. We wrote a book called The Rhino That Dreams. You can find it on Amazon. Search for the title, The Rhino That Dreams.
Attention to the East Coast film industry community.
Brand new events coming to the Bedford Film Festival. For information on sponsorship, location, and much more, visit bedfordfilmfestival.com.
That's right, get more W. That Generalist energy drink mix that's going to power you through your gaming, content creation, whatever you're doing, is there for you. Enter that promo code BrianB NRG and get 10% off your order today. Get more W, get more power. Brand new season of the allegedly credible podcast. Check out Lady Faye and Mello Supremo. Great topics, great conversation. Check out Chef Q Purdy from the Mama Do's Cajun and Creole Cafe. Amazing food that can be shipped straight to your door from her website. Check her out today.
Check it out. Yo, thank you guys so much for your sponsorship. Really appreciate you guys helping paying the bills over here on the Beeline, baby. Hey, listen, before we keep going, we got some guests in the room with us. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a regular lately on the line with your boy. Really have a lot of fun with his conversation and his thoughts on the topics that we talk. But introducing Mr. Eric Kyle. Eric, baby, what's good, E?
What's good, man?
How you doing, brother? Keep calm. And what's your shirt? What did you come say?
Keep calm and follow your dreams.
Listen, my boy pays attention to the topics that we I feel in that, bro. I like the hat too. I like the Turtles hat, man.
Gotta represent.
Listen, I love Ninja Turtles, man. Always. I've been a fan forever. Hey, but before we keep going, we got somebody else on the line. Yo, we haven't seen him in a couple weeks, but he's back. And you know he's back because his mouth is here. And that's my partner in crime, my brother. Welcome back on the line, JD. The Mouthy back at it. What up, Jay?
What's going on? What's happening, Kyle?
He got the free hug shirt on, the Chucky shirt.
Yeah,
JD the Mouth be finding them crazy ass t-shirts that people be wearing and shit like that or whatever. I remember in Jersey. Remember you had got that one and it was like hey, welcome to America, now speak English.
Listen, I still haven't worn it yet. I've had that shit forever and I haven't worn it yet.
I was like, this nigga gonna get shot. The fucking t-shirt on.
Listen, I haven't worn it yet.
That was funny.
I haven't worn that shit yet.
Yo, I
loved it though, but
I'm not. I don't know. I'm brave enough to wear shit like that, but I don't like that much attention. And I'm not like behind the camera or something like that, man. Fuck it, man. I don't want to be bothered. Leave me alone. Let me shop in peace. Let me shop in peace. But now I'm feeling. What's up, y'all? Thank y'all for showing up. It's kind of hard, I definitely want to say this, on the line while I'm on the line. We got some people shouting us out. We got my man Warren Marler. Warren, what up, brother? Warren,
what's happening, man?
What's going on, man?
My boy. we was just talking yesterday about wrestling. We had a wrestling podcast. We was on with my boy DeAndre, 1130 podcast. Go check him out. Go check out Buzzing with Marlo podcast. Go check them out. Oh, we got somebody else. Oh, Rach, what up, Rach? Oh man, laughing at me.
What's going on, Rachel?
What's going on, Rachel?
Yeah, Rachel's fan. What's goody? Rachel's fan. She gonna we need to get you and Chris on here, man. It's been way too long. We was having y'all on. Rachel actually was on one of the Beeline Web Show episodes, talking about homeschooling. That was a good episode. Actually got me motivated into homeschooling my daughter now. But what up, Rach? Good to hear from you. But yeah, man, definitely wanted to have you guys on. I wanted to say this while we were on, and literally, on these Sunday nights, man, I try to find like as many people that are like interested in talking on the topic. And I know Sunday's kind of a difficult night for some people because it's kind of the end of the week, and
football's not on right now. Motherfuckers is free.
I know, man.
Football's not on right now.
People, Sunday's like a chill day. Am I wrong? Like, isn't like Sunday?
Yeah, so sit back and relax and watch the show.
Live, right? I'm saying, like,
yeah,
but I'm like,
motherfuckers ain't doing nothing.
I'm gonna shout out right now and say anybody who's like checking us out every week, if y'all want to come on and voice your opinion, we be talking about some pretty big topics on here where it's like I would love to debate. I love debate. If you see me on other shows, I'm always fucking pressing buttons and making people talk about some shit they don't want to talk about. I don't care, like, but I love to reach out and like come live in the line, man. You can tell me I'm stupid and dumb or whatever. I don't care. Like I like to talk to people. So I'll be glad to have newcomers coming on. I'm meeting a lot of new people and shit like that or whatever. So I'm glad to have people come on and talk or whatever. We got some interesting topics tonight. I wanted some more people. So if anybody's out there, you want to come on tonight and come on vibe with us, we're gonna talk. We're gonna be talking about dreams. We're gonna be talking about fears, and we're gonna be talking about fights. Y'all fight. They don't even go together. I don't know why I even thought of that shit. Ray, what up, Ray? Yo, we got some people watching. Hey, what up, Ray? What's going on?
What's going on, Ray?
Ray be on the wrestling show with me. Ray we do like a tag team. We talking wrestling, bro. I love that wrestling. Straight to the ropes, wrestle talk Wednesday nights. We getting our shit back together, man. I'm loving it. We back on every week. But yeah, man, I'm glad to see you guys, man. Is it me? Like, this shit is a party to me. Y'all just heard me. I was over there jamming, listening to Bruno Mars. That's what I like song. Listen, bro, I love that shit. What gets y'all amped up to get the week started? Y'all got like a ritual or something you do?
I like to start off my day with a nice cup of tea and music.
There you go. I feel that
energy and music.
A little salty from Saturday.
Listen, Ray. Listen, that finish to that Night of Champions, bro. Woo! My boy Jimmy Uso. I'm a Bloodline fan, so I'm telling you right now, yo. See, Ray, you was checking it out. Yo, listen, I'm a Bloodline fan. So when I saw my boy Jimmy lose it, I was like, yes, let's go. I love Roman too. I don't give a fuck. I hope they stay forever. Give him the title for 4 more years. I don't care. Cody's Kingdom is my song. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's how you start your morning, Ray. Okay. That's like I get you amped up in there. There you go. Oh, Rachel, you love me too. I got the crowd interacting tonight. But yeah, like getting what about you, Jay? What's some stuff that you do to kind of get you prepared to get back into the work week and everything like that? Sunday's like let's chill, let's do whatever. What you got going on? Besides football.
Taking my fucking medicine.
Taking your medicine?
I don't got no ritual, nigga. I don't got no fucking ritual.
You gotta have something. You don't got something you do. You're like, man, listen, play my game, chill out. I'm trying to. Maybe I'm getting old. I'm trying to get more shit going on than just like, you know what I mean. Like,
I don't got no ritual, nigga.
Old people going walk around Target, fucking 8 o'clock in the morning. They don't even buy shit. They just walk around with exercise equipment on. Yeah, they don't even buy shit at all. They fucking stand there and walk around the whole store 400 times. I used to see that all the time. See you Wednesday. I'll see you Wednesday, Ray. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the what happened and everything. It's gonna be a good show. This has been my ritual, man. I love this. This gears me up for the week. You know what I'm saying? I have a nice, good conversation, talk with people, argue, whatever, and then kind of go into the week thinking about it. Like last week we had an interesting conversation. We had like 6 people up in here, and yeah, Kyle, you was there talking about that monster that was saying she can have anybody she wants. Fuck out of here. I wish I still had the thing. I'd show it right now. That shit was ridiculous, man. I'm tired of people just saying anything, thinking they could fly. Yo, I mean, I guess freedom of speech is a thing, but listen, bro,
They're taking it too far.
Yo. For real. Got to go stretch and start editing episodes and get a good running. Is my morning ritual and walk the dog. Okay, that's what's up, Warren. Yeah, definitely.
Nice. That's a list. That's a list.
Yeah,
Sound like you got it down pat.
Make sure you get that blood flowing.
Yep.
Edit the episodes because that's a job. Because that could be a job in itself. I'm working on a few things right now.
For real, bro. For real, editing is a beast, yo. It depends. That's why
I
I wanted. I like it too. But I went from having 2 shows to having 4. So it's like, luckily the live is live, and I do the wrestling one live. So I still have the opportunity to just do the 2 shows that I got to edit. But I wanted to just do everything live. I was like, fuck it, whatever's easier. But it ain't working out because of scheduling and having to record and everything. But
it's a scheduling thing. I got shows and I edit for other people as a freelancer. So
okay, yeah. So I feel you. So yeah, you So Kyle, yeah, you doing the same. That's right. I knew that.
Walking the dog just to make the wife happy.
Listen, that's a job in itself.
Task
right?
number 1 complete. Shit.
Right.
Yep. That's a job in itself. But yo, man, I'm telling y'all right now, like this is one of the big things I wanted to do tonight was talking about like what I said, like, I'm watching a lot of videos. Like I said, everybody knows by now, I watch TikTok religiously. TikTok is my shit. And I constantly see stuff and I just gather ideas when I'm watching it. And I wanted to think about like, so for some reason, like after like 9 o'clock or whatever, TikTok starts trying to like, completely damage your psyche or whatever, because then it starts talking about how the world's coming to an end. Aliens are here and this and that and everything's a conspiracy and this and that. And I'm like, oh, all right.
You only start getting that at 9?
Yo, listen, that's when it's like back to back, yo. Got the Drake shit going back. That shit is continuous.
I get such a mixture of stuff on my FYP. It's ridiculous sometimes. And my friends and I, we go back and forth. Good news, bad news, funny stuff, random stuff. You know what I'm saying?
For real. I don't know what it is, bro. I usually notice it like late at night, and that's when I'm on TikTok all day, every day. Like I love seeing different things or whatever, but I really notice it more at night when I'm like laying down and shit, and I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers is really trying to convince you that the world's coming to an end. And I was just thinking, like, what are some things that people are like scared of now? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's changed since I've gotten older. You know what I'm saying? When you're little, people are like scared of the dark. Or you're scared of the monster and Chucky and shit. And shit don't even matter. Regular shit. But then when you get older, you start to get scared of real shit. Like, oh, fuck, I can't pay the rent. Like,
oh, no, that's real. That's too real.
That's real shit.
Come on, that's real.
Pay that bitch in advance so you don't got to worry about next month.
I'm saying, yo.
If I get like, oh, your credit card bill is late, the last thing I'm thinking of is, oh my, no, hold up.
Yep. Fucking hold your whole life up, right? Yo, remember how it used to be like when you like, or not remember, but if you had it like recently, like when you get scared, like, have you ever been in a situation where like recently where you've been like really scared? We're gonna go around the room and kind of cover this, but and you get that feeling of like, I don't know, this is the best way I could describe it. It's like you get like this like faintness, like you just feel like the shit in your face. And then it's like you just feel it throughout your body. And you're like, holy shit. And you're like, oh shit. Like I had it one time for me. The most recent time I can remember where it was like real. I felt that shit immediately. Was I was doing cable still, and I was in this lady's house, and she was real cool. And she had a dog in the back room or whatever, and I could hear it. I heard it in the back, and there's barking and stuff like that. And I'm standing there, and I'm just doing the cable. We having a nice conversation. She's cool. I was doing her stuff. She had a TV hung up on the wall, and I forgot what I was doing, but it was like a chair. I was doing an internet box, and I'm fucking, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden I heard, and I fucking turned around, and that motherfucker was standing right there, looking me dead in my face. And literally, listen, bro, this is, I'll sound like a bitch or anything, but I'm telling you, this is exactly the noise that I made. I'm not bullshitting. I said, oh my God. I was fucking petrified. I thought that motherfucker. Yo, I turned around and it was a big ass dog too. Not no little. It was like I said, "Oh my god!" And I was scared as shit. And I was like, "Oh!" I remember the feeling, like when I saw it, I noticed what was happening, and I was like, "It wasn't a thought about what the fuck am I gonna do?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's next? It was literally just that thought. I'm dead. Fuck it. Take my stuff. Like, this is the last thing I'm doing is installing cable. Fucking boring death. But I saw that nigga, and she immediately like ran over and was like,
Yeah,
"No,
what was
no,
her
it's
reaction?
okay." She was just like, "Nah, it's okay." But that was the and
He doesn't bite.
when I had time to think about it, yo, I was like, "Yo, why did I say that?" Like, oh my god, that's just what I said. It was that fucking fast. I didn't even think about it. It was a natural reaction. I was like, "Oh, I'm a bitch." Look at these motherfuckers laughing at me and shit.
Listen, you know we don't fuck with dogs.
No, hell no. That was shit we've been through. Brian sounded like Kevin Hart. No.
Listen, you know who the fuck you sound like? Sal from
scared.
Impractical Jokers.
Oh, bro, listen. I was shitting.
You know when that nigga gets scared of shit.
Yeah. But for y'all, what's something that's happened to y'all? Let's go around the room real quick. What's like the last thing you can really remember when you were like, holy shit? Like something that scared you. Not no crazy shit, but something that like really scared the shit out of you. Like, can you remember something?
Actually, just recently, I got like really, really anxious about something.
Yeah.
And okay, so I'm at my parents' place, right? And I'm getting ready to do some projects with my mom. She's about to launch her YouTube channel, so we're getting stuff ready for that. We just spent about an hour and a half in the studio putting together like two episodes. She did 2 in one day, and I was like, okay, this is cool. Now she was like, hey, we got time. Can we set up the YouTube channel? I'm like, yeah, I got time. So I go in, and I see a string of what looks like cable leading from the downstairs to the upstairs, right? And it's the oxygen machine. So I hear the noise. I hear the like what sounds like breathing, like Darth Vader breathing, right?
Yeah.
And for a second, I had to remind myself where I was, right?
Oh, it just shocked you?
Because I see a tank, right? I see the oxygen tank, and then I hear the.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, fuck me up too.
Then I had to remind myself where I was.
Yeah.
Right. But that shocked me for a good few seconds. Yeah. Then I had to calm myself down because I'm the type of person that I get really anxious in hospitals if I'm there for too long. So imagine being around being around like the just medical equipment. Right?
Yeah.
So that just happened to me earlier today.
Oh, today?
That just happened to me earlier today. That was today. I got up this morning, went to the studio.
Did you shit yourself?
And then, I had to hold myself back. I was like this.
Shitting on himself.
I know this girl got into a fight and she shit on herself in high school.
I've heard of that happening. That's never happened.
That shit just happened together, like like a carnival game. All right, Kyle. So you got scared by the air in your basement or wherever it was.
No, it was right in front of me. The oxygen machine that was leading to the upstairs was right in front of me. So I'm hearing the sounds of the air going through it, like, and it
Yeah, sometimes it's small shit, right? Like you know, it don't always gotta be fucking, Freddy Krueger. Like it be small shit sometimes that take you out, man. What about you, Jay? What's the story that you like last time? Like you was like, holy shit, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like you got to really like catch yourself.
This past week at work.
Okay, there we go.
Past week at work, I do security. I work in a hotel.
Yeah,
and I don't remember what room it was, but they confirmed that nobody was in the fucking room. We got to do the check to make sure the room's clear before go clean it and put the next person in. They said nobody was fucking in there. So we got to knock. We got the key, open, and it's a motherfucker laying in the bed.
Oh, man.
And management from the front desk both. Gladly, the person didn't wake up, but we were just like, He had to back up. I had to tiptoe slowly back.
Yeah.
And we were both fucking just shocked. Didn't close the door all the way. Took a look to make sure he wasn't seeing shit. It was really somebody laying in that fucking bed. And the thing about it is, nobody was logged in the system to that room.
That's crazy, bro.
So they had no clue what was going on, who that was. And you know, for any hotel nowadays, you got to have a credit card on file.
Yeah.
To book a room. So there was nothing to that room. We left out, called the front desk, came up. I guess the person heard us. We went right back in the room. Nobody was there.
That's some scary shit. Not even I don't even know if that's scary for the reasons that like some people might think it's scary. Like, you know, some people might be like on some, like if they heard a story like that, some people would be like, oh, some ghost shit maybe, or oh, you saw spirit or something. But there's some actual like reality, like more likely, like them people who be squatting and shit like that, squatters and stuff like that or whatever, just going up people's shit. Yo, that shit is scary, man. There was a movie on Netflix recently that was, I forgot what the hell it's called, man. I wasn't thinking of talking about this, but it's actually really good. It was like a new movie, and it was just about that, like people going to people's houses and staying in their like attics and basements or rooms that aren't being used, and they just living there for weeks and shit or whatever, not being discovered, eating the food, you know, chilling like that or whatever. But you think about it, especially people with like a lot of money, you know, they have nice big houses and stuff like that. They're out working, they're out vacation. You just got motherfuckers just living free, bro. Bouncing from house to house, enjoying, like, you know, not paying rent or whatever, just bouncing around. That shit is wild, yo. You just got people watching you sleep. You don't even know they're there. Does that happen often? Have you ever had any other like stories like that anybody's told you? Like people just coming in and sleeping in beds and shit?
That was the first one I witnessed.
Yeah.
I heard about another one. That was the first one I witnessed.
Gotcha.
And, like it was fucking like 8 o'clock at night, so we couldn't see what the person looked like, what they were wearing. So weren't able to observe who the fuck they were if we saw them in the lobby.
Got you. Yeah.
In that area of Atlanta is hella homeless people.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Friday,
yeah, definitely.
I had to kick out 6 homeless people in an 8-hour shift.
Listen, what they got to lose? Go to jail? Like, at least
And
give
the
them
thing is, the hotter that's fucked up. The hotter that it's getting,
I go on
the
purpose.
more and more people.
Yeah. Summertime, bro. Yeah, you gonna have a crazy summer.
More and more people.
Yeah, that security job shit, man. That's something that
You know, it's right there by the aquarium.
Oh yeah. It's rough out there downtown
And
Atlanta.
Coca-Cola factory.
Yeah, I was watching this video a couple of days ago or whatever, where it's like I think it was in like Los Angeles, and you saw where they have like all the tents and shit, and it was like making fun of it.
That shit is.
But this guy had a tent, and it was like a big ass tent, yo, and he had like a kitchen in it, like it was like you know, a pot that you can cook on. He had a generator.
Lord.
Yo, he had a whole setup or whatever, like it was a house, like it was MTV Cribs, sidewalk.
What did he shit?
in the street like everybody else. Just shit. Isn't it crazy that, like, you know, those homeless people, and you see that, like, that is a serious question. Like, where do they use the bathroom and shit? It's right there. Like, that's devastating, bro. I don't miss none of that fucking environment. I don't see that shit anymore since I don't do
it's not fun.
traveling. Yeah, that shit's rough, yo. I feel bad, but it's like, damn, that shit is crazy. It's such a big population. Kyle, where you from, bro? I never even asked you where you from.
Connecticut.
Connecticut. You out in Connecticut right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even know. How is it in Connecticut? I don't know shit about Connecticut. That's one state that missed me.
I've never been to, never heard of.
WWE, that's it.
Yeah,
headquarters.
Connecticut has its, you know, like Connecticut has its benefits, and you know, and just like any other place, it has its it has its ups and downs. I'm right in the middle. The place I live is called Waterbury, right?
Okay.
And we're like right smack dab in the middle of Connecticut, right? You can get to
like, what are y'all known for? What is Connecticut known for?
We used to be called the Brass City, right? And reason being is because during the war, like World War II and stuff like that, and and further back, people would rely on places like Waterbury and Detroit for supplies. Like they would have, like they would build everything and stuff out of brass, make everything out of brass, right? And we used to be known as the as the brass city. And I only just found out in my town's history, we were also a refuge town back in the days of Jim Crow, right? So if you were if you were trying to escape those places down south, a lot of people came to Waterbury to seek refuge for a while, because we were like in the middle, So
Gotcha.
it's there's a lot of, but what we're known for now. what we're known for now, and I still love my city, but it's seen better days. You know what I mean? It's seen better days. We're known mostly for potholes now. So
potholes. Shit. Listen, bro. Listen, that sounds better than tents on the fucking sidewalk.
I haven't. There was like a tent community, like this whole elaborate tent community somewhere around here, and they keep shutting it down, right? Yeah. And I only knew about it because a couple of friends of mine knew about it, and at some point we drove past it, and I'm like, oh shoot! Like occasionally you see your fair share of homeless people, but we also have the people that fake it. You know what I'm saying? Like they got the sign. That's what they do all
with their whole family standing on the corner and shit.
Nah, just the guy with a backpack and a sign. Just the guy with a backpack and a sign. And my brother swears one time he saw somebody do a shift change.
Oh yeah, probably.
Right? And that's why I don't give them folks cash.
Yeah, I'd buy somebody a sandwich or something like that.
I'll give you something to eat.
Yeah, I give you something.
I don't do that money shit.
I've heard everything from my wife is pregnant, we need to get to the hospital, to I got this job but I need to get bus fare, to my car is shut down. One time somebody tried to ask me for money, and I was like, okay, if your car is really shut down, prove it. And they did. And I was like, okay, I felt, you
got it. That's why you can't question the shit. You're like, oh,
that's why I can't question. I think the craziest thing though was when somebody asked me to go down a sewer drain and get some change for them because it fell down the drain, and I'm 5'4", so I'm really short. Dude,
I don't go fuck. What?
Dude literally walks up to me and says, "Hey, you small enough? Do you mind going down the sewers for me and getting those quarters that just?"
I said, "Here, bro. Here's my debit card."
Yeah, right. I'd give him my check.
You stupid.
Oh, like
come on now.
That bad?
That bad?
All my fucking money for some quarters.
I got mistaken for a homeless dude once.
You want me to be a Ninja Turtle and shit?
I got mistaken for a homeless dude once.
For real?
Yeah.
Fuck that. Hold on, Kyle. Did you go? Did you do it?
Did I do what? Did I no
go down the sewer?
What do you think I'm nuts? No.
I was like,
no. I'm nice, but I'm not that nice. Jeez. And I'm not that gullible.
You know? That would have been funny if he went. That would have been a hell of a story.
In regards to them TikTok videos and homeless, the one thing that's starting to annoy me the most is all of those videos where people act like they're helping people.
And they just doing
them shits are starting to annoy me.
All right, listen, that's a good.
Them shits really starting to annoy me. Like it's clear as fucking day that shit is all a setup.
What do you mean by setup?
Like they're all acting.
Like that everybody involved is acting like the homeless people is actor.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
I think I definitely don't believe that.
Listen.
I definitely don't believe that. I think even if there are a couple out there where there are
not the TikTok videos, then the shit you see on Facebook.
Listen. Putting an elaborate fucking hoax together to try to prove themselves.
Motherfuckers do it for a living. Yeah. Get likes. Come, bro.
Yeah, no,
I'm sorry. I think
you're not wrong, but I'm just saying that's way more of a hassle.
Like the motherfuckers that have the microphone, I want to give you $200 and just fuck. Like, come on.
Yo, listen. Here's the thing. Okay. I know what you're talking about. You're not talking about homeless people. Then you're not just talking about. You're talking about
No. I'm not talking about. I'm just saying in regards to. Yeah.
All right, so you're talking about the people who are like in the grocery store. Hey, I'm gonna give
Yeah,
you
that shit.
30 seconds to run around the store and get as much as you can in this cart, and I'm gonna pay for all that.
Some shit like that. Yeah.
You know what I say?
That shit is starting to annoy me.
Where are these motherfuckers at? Because I need that. Like,
listen, I'm telling you.
Where are they at? But no,
or like there's one. Listen, real quick. There's one where the dude's he goes up to somebody. He's like, do you have $1? And then they give him the $1.
Yeah.
And like, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Here's $500 for you for giving me that $1.
Yeah. Bro, I don't think all those are staged, yo. I don't think all those are staged. I think a lot of that is.
It can't be all of them.
I'm trying to tell you, I think a lot of those are motherfuckers really doing that social experiment shit. I mean, some of them probably are, some of them, but I would say if I had to guess, I would say it's minority that's staged and there's majority people actually doing that shit. I thought you were talking about the people who are going around, because I saw a video today, and for the first time I was kind of watching it like, are you doing this for you, motherfucker? Like, you're doing something good, but are you doing it for you or are you doing it for people? But there's nothing wrong with, I guess, showing people. This guy went and there was these people in a park or something like that. They're all just sitting around and not having no life for nothing. I don't know the fuck. But the guy went up to him and he was like, hey, you guys hungry? I want to buy you guys all food. And he thought it was like 4 people there. But all of a sudden, as soon as just like the cat, when you fucking feed the cats in the neighborhood, all the motherfuckers started, I am. Every hat in the fucking state went up. So he was like, oh man. So he went and he bought them all like pizzas and sodas and stuff like that. And then motherfuckers just started coming out or whatever. And I'm never against helping somebody. Like, I think everybody in this room, we're all pretty good people. Like, we all will try to, give if we can. But it was just like, I'm just watching the video like, yo, my man, is this shit for you? Or are you like really trying to help people? And it could be a combination of both, but it's just, I don't know how I'm starting to feel about it. Like how you were saying, like, is this publicity stunt or is this more just like, hey man, let me show you.
You're doing it for the kindness of your heart.
Yeah, let me see let me show people what they could do to help. I get that shit too. So I'm not against it.
Like right over there by the job, it's this one motherfucker that be playing the bongos.
Yeah.
He be doing his fucking thing. Ice cream truck right there, bro. I swear to God, I be feeling like I'm in New York or I'm on fucking 6th Street walking down to East Jersey.
Yeah.
And he over there playing this, he be ripping it. Every so often, I throw him a few dollars. I don't give folks cash, but when I see you working for your money, doing something, then I do. But then you got the other motherfuckers, the niggas that sit, bro. It's this motherfucker. My wife comes to pick me up from work. Bro. I'm telling you, I want to get out the car and push his ass down the street and get him tired. It's this nigga that sits in the middle of the street in a wheelchair with a fucking sign in his hand, holding onto his chair in the other. Get out the fucking street.
I don't know why they fucking laugh. I mean, is he trying to just get attention? That's why he's there.
I don't fucking know. A, B, C, D, all of the above. I don't know. But come on.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man. What's he gonna do? He's trying to make it happen for himself.
You gonna make it happen, all right? To that one motherfucker. You know these niggas can't drive out here.
No, he can't drive nowhere.
So that one motherfucker slip. Yeah, but out here, no.
Georgia's traffic is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. But no, that was interesting because I thought the same thing. Kyle, what do you think, bro? Are you one of those guys? You watch those videos of guys like helping out, buying Walmart?
Like when I see that and it looks genuine enough, it warms my heart, honestly. But then I also see the ones where people try to catch people in the act.
Oh yeah.
And, you got people trying to catch other people. Are you doing this for clout? Or are you doing this for are you doing this at the kindness of your heart? Or are you just doing this for clicks? People will do just about anything for clicks, and it's very telling. But when I do see or feel that somebody's doing it at the kindness of their heart, regardless of how like outlandish it looks, like if somebody hands somebody like a grand, right? I'm like, you know what, dude? I'm gonna give you props. If that was real, I'm gonna give you props.
Respect,
Shoot, we're all struggling right now.
I feel it.
So
I feel it.
I give them props for that.
I wish I could find them fucking people that's over there paying for your whole grocery store and shit like that. Oh, anything you get in this cart, I'll give it to you. Like, listen, bro, I will literally put the register in that shit.
That shit be. I feel like I'm watching Undercover Boss when I see that shit.
Bro, I'm telling you, I love it. Listen, I never see them motherfuckers around. Mr. Beast and all that going into restaurants. That
Mr.
motherfucker
Beast
right there.
The first time I saw a Mr. Beast video, it was when he had made a restaurant, right? He had opened a restaurant just randomly. And he's handing out food, but he's handing out money. And I'm like, is this dude real? And then I saw another video analyzing his videos, talking about ghost kitchens and stuff like that. And I'm like, so this dude's goal is just to make videos, make money, and give the money to other people. Can I number one, I don't even need to be around the guy. I just want to applaud him, because that just seems so, you don't see that. You don't see that, especially not these days. You know what I'm saying?
He rich doing that shit. How do you get rich doing that shit? Like that's what's crazy. How do you get rich trying to give all your money away?
Yeah, interesting question.
It really is interesting. People out here struggling, motherfuckers out here getting rich by accident and shit. I don't know, but that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Like, one of the things, like I said, these topics tonight we're going to be dreams, fears, and fights. The fights is going to be so interesting. We're going to watch some videos in a little while. But we were talking about fears a little while ago. So we were talking about, like, when you get scared or whatever. Let's go around the room real quick. What's like something that's really scary to you? Like at this point in your life, we're kind of older now. We're not kids no more. Kyle, let's start with Jay. Jay, what's something that you fear now? Like, what's actual fear for you now? Scary shit.
What, like scary? What do you mean scary?
Not Michael Myers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Not an alligator. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, what's a fear? What's a fear that you have? Like a realistic fear that you have now? Like what's something real? Be real. Let's have some talks about some shit right now.
Losing my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. I listen, out of all the losses we've had, man.
Yeah.
That's my backbone. And I don't mean losing her, breaking up with her. I just mean losing her.
In general?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, listen, that's
like
a fear.
shit. Yesterday, 1 year when we buried Greg.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the fucking song.
1 year.
My bad. I don't hear fucking playing music, ghost playing music and shit. Yeah, I know, man. That was definitely something I did
1 year.
About.
That's my number one fear. That's my left,
real shit.
My right, my up, my down, my side to side, my top, my bottom. That's my number one fear.
Do you have any kind of like plans for that? And let me say it like this. Maybe I should. All right, let me pick up and kind of go to so I can give you an understanding of the question I want to ask. I want to dive in it a little bit, not just like topical or just on the surface. A fear for me, similar to like you're saying, like one of the biggest fears I have is like anything like endangering my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, and by that I mean, you see these crazy ass videos of these people kicking in the door and. Anybody, I got daughters and I got a whole bunch of shit. So, anything, my nieces, anything like that, any kind of danger to my family, that's my fear. I'm realistically, honestly, nothing else is real. I'm not scared. I'm not scared to even lose a job. None of that shit anymore. Like all that stuff has passed me. Remember, I used to be scared to get fired from McDonald's or whatever the fuck you was doing first. You're like, I can't.
Unemployment was so hard to get back in the day.
Unemployment is still impossible to fucking get, but I'm just, I'm so comfortable with.
Not as hard.
I'm so comfortable with being able to get money or find ways of work or find ways of getting shit. I'm not scared of it anymore. It's like I know I'm going to get something. I'm not. My mind has changed from like I have to keep this or I'm screwed to, well, if this does fall through, I got this already backed up. So that's kind of how my mind works. Like I'm always preparing for the worst, and in some situations it kind of affects it differently because it's like when I should just be focused on what's good and what's going good, I'm already like trying to be 3 steps ahead.
Reality, unfortunately.
But that's what I mean. So now that you kind of understand what I'm saying, do you have like a thought process? Like if something happens to my family, like I'm already preparing. I got guns, I got weapons and shit like that. When I go out, I do the shopping. Like I got different ways that I'm kind of like preventing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as much as I possibly can, at least, because anything can fucking happen. Somebody could, you know, just come here right now,
Mhm.
you know, squatting in my fucking house. They've been for the last 3 years, and I didn't know. But I'm just saying, like, do you have any kind of preventative measures to kind of retaliate against your fear that you have of losing your wife? So it's just open. It's just like,
No.
hey, if this shit happens, I'm fucking devastated, and that's just what it is. Like, you have like an understanding of it. That's why I'm
Mhm.
like, have you ever thought about it? Like, damn, if this really did fucking happen, like, what would I do?
I listen. No.
It's
Honestly,
interesting,
no.
man. That's why it's like it's a
No.
fear, but it's a unchecked fear, man. It's something that you just gotta face. I got a fear of flying,
Yeah.
and how do I deal with that? I don't go on fucking planes. if I gotta get on a plane though, you know what I'm saying, I gotta just suck it up. But I know, like, you know, well, if this bitch go down, I'm going. You know, that's what I'm scared of.
Don't have no other fears. Well, obviously, I'm fucking afraid of heights on behalf of roller coasters, but
Yeah,
don't have no other fear.
that's interesting, man. What about you, Kyle? What's a fear nowadays for you? Like, what's something that you kind of
Nowadays, okay. So some people around me, for some reason, are afraid of getting older. Right? I'm not afraid of getting older, but I am afraid of what age will do to me because of my condition. Right? And that is something I've been thinking about for the past, I'd say, 6-7 years. Right? Because I know that there are people with my condition that are older, but I don't know what this is going to, do to me the older I get. You know?
Got you.
Because I'm like in my case, I'm constantly stiff. So I gotta, like, just like everybody else, I gotta stretch and exercise and stuff like that, right? But then other times you hear stories of people with my condition or something else where they are 100% immobile, or just recently I saw a kid whose father was single because his wife walked out on him because she couldn't handle raising a kid who was the way he was. He was he was nonverbal. His muscles were all tensed up all the time. And one day his dad finds him crying, and they figured out what he needed. What he needed was relief. But the mom left, and I'm thinking to myself, why would you leave your kid like that? The kid's already a teenager. Why would you go
along for that ride that long? And
just based on the fact that the kid has a lot of ailments. It's nobody's fault. Right? But at the same time, the way the world is, they still see us as liabilities. They don't see us as people. So at least from my understanding, from the way from the way I look at it, and from the way the laws are, I'm like, okay, so I'm a disabled dude, and I'm also black, and I live in America. You got anything else you want to stack on top of that?
You got a lot of minuses on.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I've come this far. They counted me out from birth. They didn't think I
did as well, brother.
JD the Mouth too, bro. Kyle, like, I know you guys don't really, I guess you guys don't really know each other's story, but JD the Mouth, he actually has a really big history with his life, and like, it's crazy. Like, me being a witness to it, like, through so many years, like, he went through so much shit from birth. Go ahead, Jay, share a little bit.
Speak about it, man. If you don't mind.
No, you're good, man. I had a liver transplant at the age of 1 year and 11 months old.
Yo.
Yeah, my mother was sick when she had me.
Oh.
And when they had, like, I lived in the hospital for the first 2 years of my life. I could never stay home.
Yeah.
Never stay at home. I didn't eat solid food for the first 2 years. So I still take medication today. And from that's why I used to be afraid of that shit.
Yeah.
Thinking that I was that sick, and still I'm here 34 years later.
Yeah.
You
And I'm a
know,
big ass, and don't lie and act like I'm not, because I was the motherfucker who was constantly telling you, bruh, get out, do shit, fuck it, go. That's why everything we used to do, I used to tell you all the time, yo, literally, get out, stop fucking crutching yourself, and let's go. And let's fucking move.
well, listen, you got to blame that shit on my mother.
Yeah.
It wasn't even. It's not
She-
even like.
she-
It's not like the stuff with
Not
your
a
mom.
blame, yeah.
Was that something that she had control of? 'Cause-
She was just growing up. I wasn't able to do the things the average child was able to do. She was so afraid of me hurting myself.
Yeah.
The most simplest things. My favorite
Got it.
sport was baseball. Still is baseball. But aside from me having my liver transplants, I have epilepsy.
Mm.
Medication for my liver, side effect to that is seizures. And I still have to take that medication. Like I could switch to another medication that I see several other people on Facebook and transplant groups that I'm in taking medication I've never heard of.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to take the chance to switch to that.
Mm-hmm.
Me switch to that, another side effect come on, plus seizures, plus high blood pressure. It's not worth it.
No.
Because all medications have side effects.
All medication.
Yeah. That's
And for
What do y'all think? Let me ask you guys both, like collectively, what do you guys think? Kyle, you take like medicine and shit like that for your condition as well?
And thankfully, no. I've had.
oh good. Oof,
I've
great
had
for you, man.
throughout my life. I've had 4 surgeries. One I wasn't really aware of because I was too young, right? But then the last 3 I remember vividly, especially the second one. Because I feel like they tricked me on the operating table, and I think that's what traumatized me when it comes to hospitals. I can be in a hospital for a certain amount of time, but the next thing you know, my anxiety starts to kick in, and when I start hearing like the sound of the heart monitor or somebody's respirator, or a nurse coming through with a needle or something, then it all just comes flooding back.
Yeah. I believe that.
And right now I got family members that are dealing with other health issues. I'm not going to get into it, but they're dealing with other health issues. And at one point when visiting one of those family members, when they were dealing with, some stuff, I had to leave the room. They were in ICU. I left the room. They started saying, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, it's got nothing to do with you.
Not you.
I want to be here for you. It has nothing to do with you. I love you. This is not, and it has nothing to do with you." But it was just it happened just about every time. And those things happened to me when I was a kid, but they never really stopped. But anytime I see someone like you or like myself, because I got other people in my extended family who also have conditions, and if they get down on themselves, I'm like, well, you prove the doctor's wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
You prove the doctor's wrong. The doctors don't. They deal with the way they were trained. And if you look at a lot of history when it came to disability, if you were considered disabled or considered abnormal or whatever, they counted you out immediately.
Especially back in the day. Especially back in the day where you think like disabled people were put in the same category. And I mean, I know this is going really far back of like, it was like, as far as like witches and, shit like that. Like it was just how you were looked at.
There are some people out there today, legit, who feel like being disabled is a curse. And it was like a punishment from God or some crap like that. And I'm like, it's that kind of thinking where we can't have a conversation about taking care of ourselves, about what what these conditions mean. I was afraid of, if I ever had a kid, would this affect them? Right?
Then I was gotta be fucking challenging, man.
That's one of my thoughts. That's one of my thoughts.
Exactly. But then I realized that even if it were to, at least they have somebody that can
has experience and understands
with experience, like getting advice from people that actually do genuinely care for you is one thing, but getting advice from somebody who's been through it, that's
totally
so
different.
relieving sometimes.
Yeah.
Like our homeboy Stedman.
For sure.
He's got his medical
Yeah, where's
issues.
Stead at, man? Stead need to get on the fucking live, man. Where he at?
Stead's making moves, literally.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I know
So-
he's moving this shit.
You know what I'm saying? So he'll be back soon. But him and I have had, and I'm about to release a talk him and I had where he talks about living with spina bifida. And it just, I was like, dude, thank you so much for sharing your story, because he was the first person I ever met with that condition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've never, and that's why when you were talking just now, I'm like, I'm hearing like you say stuff, and I'm like, I don't think you understand that one of the people in this room also went through a lot of medical challenges and stuff like that or whatever. And to be honest with you, like I've never been in that area. I'm one of those kids that I was never sick growing up. I never broke a bone. Besides like the shit I did to myself, like, fighting and messing myself up or whatever. But I never was in that situation where it's like I had to worry about medical history or anything medical at all. So it's like when I got older, I literally started not taking care of myself to the best of my ability, even now. Like, and that, to take it back what I said before, like that's more of a fear as well. Like, not being able to be here long enough to be with my family and shit like that or whatever. Like Jay just said, like we lost our brother. I'm like a weird ass situation because I don't have like certain health conditions, even though I'm fucking definitely way overweight, more overweight than I've ever been in my life. But I don't know what the hell it is. I know I have problems and shit like that or whatever, but my stuff isn't as crazy as I thought it would be.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Just because you think it's the same thing people have with like age. They think that certain things are only going to happen to you once you get a certain age. They could happen or they might not happen. There's no 100% guarantees or anything. Mm-hmm. You could be a bigger dude and have better health than all, and have better health than all of us because we live in America. They don't want us to get better. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, but it's very unlikely though. We were talking about this before, Kyle.
Yeah, I know.
It's very unlikely. You still got high blood pressure. You still got clogged arteries.
Everybody's susceptible to a lot of the same things,
fucking you up.
When it comes to genetics. Yeah, but
genetics too. Yeah.
That also plays a factor. That also plays a factor in it. Every time I remember, I remember when. Thanks, Rachel.
Yeah. That's Jay's sister. Rachel is Jay's sister-in-law, right? I guess that's the way to say it.
Oh, that's dope. I remember finding out one day because we were talking about medication. My mother's a health coach, and she talks about holistic medicine as well as the medical system. And one day, I don't know what I was looking at or what I saw, right? But there was something where somebody was reading that certain medications are not meant for certain races of people. They're like, like literally they would be on labels saying do not give to blacks or Latinos. Right. I'm like, what? Wait, what? Wait, hold on. What? And then I asked my mom, I was like, yo, is that real? Is that true? She's like, yeah, I look at the labels all the time. Because at the time they were taking care of my great grandmother. Right? Yeah. And she's like, yes, I look at the labels and stuff all the time. I think it was something I saw either in a news article or something. But I was like, are you freaking serious?
Yeah,
I don't make sense. But they'll give it to us anyway.
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course. And I mean, yeah, we'll have that conversation, for in circles, you know what I'm saying? Because there is a difference, and I think people are learning more about the healthcare in this country, and different ways that you can better take care of yourself in different ways. I said it a while ago. I was listening to this podcast, and this guy was talking about. He was literally just saying. I was just kind of like checking in on just somebody's show. I wasn't like fully listening. But I came in right at the point when this guy was saying, he was like, yeah, I've been to the doctor. He was overweight, and he was like, yeah, I've been to the doctor, and I don't know what's going on, but they can't find out what's wrong with me, but I don't know why I feel like this. And he was like, yeah, but I'm going to just try to start taking things in my own hands and just trying to use food as my medicine. And when he said that, I was like, you don't think of shit like that immediately on a regular basis. At least I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think of food as like your fuel. You think of food as like, a joy, entertainment, whatever you want to call it. Or some people do think of it like, to build you up if you're working out, whatever. But if you really think about, I'm going to try to use food as my medicine. What does that mean? That means you're going to try to find out things that are good for you in ways to treat you, whether it be cayenne pepper. You know, there's a lot of different things that you can research.
I got cayenne pepper in my cup right now.
See, I'm saying, and I'm learning about like the benefits of cayenne and honey and lemon and different things that things work. Turmeric.
Ginger.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely, learning about that stuff too, because when he said that, I didn't really understand it. Like, my food is my medicine. And how? Because everything that you put in your body is what's gonna, create your cells and do all the shit and create you, really. You're fueling the system and stuff. So it was just interesting to me, and it kind of gave me a different outlook on like health and how stuff is like that or whatever. So it was just really interesting, bro. Really interesting conversations there. But yeah, listen, we just branched off from all of that on just talking about like fears, you know what I mean? And that's what's crazy. Back in the day, you'd be like, or dogs, like Jay was saying, like, we've been chased by dogs and having to walk home and stuff like that when we were younger. You had different fears. Oh, this girl's not gonna ask me out. Now it's like, damn, like my marriage might fail. You know what I'm saying? Damn, that's some scary shit. It might be one bad argument, and the next thing you know, we're just never fucking, together again. One of the scariest things I used to deal with, on top of just like dealing with dogs and going into different people's houses and stuff like that or whatever. I started meeting these guys who would like, get divorced and shit like that after like 20 years. A lot of times it would be apartments, and I go into a guy who'd just be moving into a new apartment, and I giving them internet. And he'd tell me their story, like, yeah, me and my wife just got divorced. We were together for like 20 years, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just noticed, like, he's moving into a 1-bedroom apartment by himself because he just lost his house. He just lost all his shit. And it's just crazy. Like, the devastation from that shit, lose your kids.
Longest change.
It's unreal, bro. That's got to be some of the most fucking terrifying stuff in the world.
I can only imagine.
Just knowing that all that changed because feelings changed. Everything was great. Everything was this. And then one thing, you don't even know when it happens a lot of times. Just one thing. And it's like, oh, fuck. She watched you eat your food that week. And she was like, wait a minute. I'm fucking done with this nigga. It just fucking just transpired and got a new boyfriend and fucking just went on her way. And that's it. And then your life is just sitting there. Or the other way around. Like, the girl sitting there and she's like, I cook for my man. I do this. And that nigga's like, yo, listen, bro. I want them titties over there. I'm tired of this shit. Like, it's just that fast. They didn't even do anything. That's fucking fear, man. I think that's fear, yo.
I think it's very telling, and it scares you sometimes. I've never been married. I come from a divorced household, right? My parents thankfully did not put us in the middle, right?
Good.
They explained to us what was going on. I was like 13 or 14 when it happened, and they said, we might try to get back together because they were doing like a trial separation at first, right?
Gotcha.
The next thing you know, we're in like family therapy because a family member suggested it. So we were at least communicating and learning about what this meant for my sister and I. And thankfully, I still have good relationships with my parents and my, and whom I'm calling my, my step parents and my extended family. But I know a lot of people that can't say the same thing. You know? First time I ever heard the word divorce, I was in the 3rd grade, and a kid was explaining to me how his parents don't love each other anymore and how he was putting them in
3rd grade.
3rd grade, man.
That's just kind of
3rd grade, 9 years old. I'm here, and I remember the kid's name. His name was Alex, right?
Shit, he must have seen a lot.
Yo,
it happens.
It's
them arguments or them fights, you be seeing them damn, like I said, I talk about it all the time, but you be watching them damn documentaries or whatever. That's another thing they have on TikTok. They got this thing where they'll play like real life 911 calls. And it won't be the video, but it'll just be like a background,
the recording,
and the voice,
and
the words.
The words, yeah.
That right there is some scary shit. I was listening to one, and the guy had just like murdered his daughter and her boyfriend and like somebody else, couple other people or whatever, and he was just on the phone. And it's like, you think like, I don't know if it's just media or the movies or whatever the fuck you think like you see some shit like that, and it's like it's a movie shit. It's like, oh, I just did it, but the guy was just on the phone like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I just killed my daughter and this and that, and the fucking the operator, she's not shocked. She's like, okay, well, hey, how you doing? Well, okay, sir, well, where you at? Yeah, I just
I can imagine the training they have to go to be that long.
That shit.
What class you took?
Terrifying.
How long did you stay underwater?
Bro, listen, man. I was listening to that shit a lot recently, and I'm like, how the fuck do you like process that, man?
That's
like,
one difficult ass job.
It was a baby. It was a fucking baby. He said too. He said, yeah, I killed the this, I killed that, and I killed the baby. And then the girl was talking to him for a minute. He was like, yeah, I just did it. I don't know. Yeah, well, when are the police gonna get here? And she was like, yeah, they're on their way, sir. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go outside. I'm probably gonna kill myself. I'm just gonna go. And I'm listening to this shit, and this is on fucking TikTok, like it wasn't. I didn't have to research this shit. It was fucking. It came to me. I didn't even fucking look for it. But it's like hearing that shit, understanding like that crazy reality, like that's just brought to your attention. That shit is petrifying, yo. To know that that's out there. To know that's out there, you know what I mean? That's capable. They had showed another video recently of the Parkland shooting guy, the Parkland school where he killed those 7 kids or whatever or people, and then they showed
the one in Texas.
I can't remember. I don't think it was not the Robb Elementary School. That's fucking crazy. Oh. Not that one, but it was the other one, way other one or whatever, Parkland. But they had released the body. They had released security video of him going to Subway after he got done killing people and just ordering food. Like it was nothing.
Damn, that motherfucker must have been there to meet Jared.
Motherfucker is this people fucking brains just work different, man.
That nigga went and got him a $5 foot long. Them shit's
like, yo, I'm just coming from work. It's time for a break. I need some lunch.
People shit just work different, man. It's fucking crazy, yo. But definitely want to talk about
shit.
For sure. Yeah, yes. And most people don't get it. I don't even think people really know how to give it. Back in the day, when you had psychiatric feelings or whatever the fuck it was called, like they used to shock your ass. I'll get this shit out of you. Like that was the answer. Man. Yeah, like Kyle said, motherfuckers they don't really know how to deal with that shit, bro. What are you gonna do? Elon Musk about to, because he about to fucking microchip all our brains and have us walk around here like
that. The FDA approved the chip in the brain.
They did. You knew that shit was coming.
Yeah, not surprised.
I kind of wanted.
Listen, I got a device in my chest right now, nigga. They're gonna connect it to that shit when they do it.
Hey, some things I'm grateful for. Like I got metal plates in my legs right now. I'm grateful for that. I've seen the tests of what this chip can do for people. Like there was this one guy that they were testing it on. He was blind, and they had him go through a maze virtually, and he got through the maze. Right. So there are benefits. My issue is since this is digital, right? Since this is digital, and every time you hear something, AI, hacking, anything.
Yeah,
like
there you go.
Imagine the motherfucker hacking your brain.
Man, you always think of, is this when Skynet becomes reality? Because we already have Google, right?
We already have Google. It ain't even gonna be. Skynet ain't even gonna be thought about anymore. It's gonna be real. Fucking cyborgs and just like you were just saying, like
cyborgs already
Terminator shit. Remember, have you watched Terminator 2 since like in the last while? Like, I just rewatched it. You know what they pulled out when they went back to destroy fucking Miles Dyson? What? They pulled out the arm from the first Terminator that they had, that they made all the technology from, and then they pulled out the CPU chip that was shoved up in his fucking head. Listen, I'm saying, like, we're in advanced technology. We're in this. Who knows where we're gonna be 10 years from now at this point? I'm watching shit. I'm deep into conspiracy talk and this and that, because you want to know something? I don't believe it's not truth. I believe that there's much truth in it. Probably some exaggerated. There's definitely truth in it.
And what in what people have brought up, and some of these things that have been confirmed true,
Yeah.
is very like, it makes me feel like my grandmother was good for that. She was good for a conspiracy, for like a conspiracy theory or something. And then one day she calls me and says, "Hey, turn on." I think it was CNN or something. And this was, back in the days when we were still burning CDs. So she was showing me that every time you burn a CD, it imprints a number on the CD, so they can track you from whatever from whatever you decide to burn onto that CD. And I remember my brother telling me that he knew somebody who would just download movies and stuff, right? And then one day he got a call from the government, and they seized his desktop.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I had somebody, this security guard I used to work with at Target. He used to get like shows and shit like that or whatever, and give them to me and stuff like that, and put them on a HD drive for me. And and I sat and he came in one day and was like, "Yeah, they sent me a letter in the mail saying like, hey, if this continues, blah blah blah, like some shit like that. If this continues, we're gonna have to blah blah blah, this and that." But there was like an alternative, like, "Yo, listen, stop doing what you're doing, or we're gonna fucking arrest you or whatever." But it's just crazy. Like, that's the reason why I don't fuck with none of them fire sticks and none of that shit. Man, listen, I don't play with none of that shit no more. Like, I don't want to know.
I never had one.
I'm cool with paying for the stuff I pay for.
Yeah, if I gotta pay for it, I gotta pay for it, bro. I'm not fucking around. And the next thing you know, because another thing that worries me, yo, it worries me that like all of this shit that we're doing, you know what I'm saying? Let's go all the way back to like 2008, 2009, whatever. Everything we've been looking up on the fucking computer, on this, on that, or whatever, and it don't got to be crazy, bad or anything like that. It could just be regular. Like, I know I watch fucking porn all day. I just like it.
I ain't got nothing to hide.
You feel me? Like, I'm watching shit constantly or whatever. Not wrong shit, but I'm just saying like regular shit, like whatever. But you don't know what people are gonna kind of come back and try to fucking place on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what kind of thing you did or you looked at or something happened, whether it be not just porn, but just like everything. Like, you're on a site that was illegal and you didn't fucking know it was. Or I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? Or just certain things.
Especially with all the there's so many sites out. There's so many sites out there, and they keep popping up and getting shut down, popping up, getting shut down. It's like, so it's very. Who knows what
they're gonna try to throw back on you and shit. When laws change, like, oh, we check. Look at all the people who get in trouble just for shit they did, in the past that never got brought to light. Whether it be shit like really big or just some things that you said a couple of things and we don't agree with you when you said it. People change, people grow, just like our fears, like we just talked about. And maybe somebody did have a bad past and kind of grew from it and was like, damn, I was stupid when I was younger.
Yeah,
now you're paying for that shit now.
You got to give people room to grow. You know what I'm saying? People change when they want to, but sometimes it's, sometimes you do it out of just straight, like just straight up survival. And other people refuse to change. Me, I didn't even know when it was going to happen. I think the biggest, when I really started to change and look at myself differently is when I moved out. When I moved out of my mom's basement, that was the biggest change for me. And now it's like, I still have the fears that everyone else does. But now I'm like, hey, I love where I am. I love who I am, and I work for myself.
And that's what's beautiful, bro. That's what's beautiful. Let me ask you this, Kyle. Are you living alone now?
Yeah.
One thing that I can personally say, when I was living by myself, and I didn't stay with it, and I've always kind of lived. Me and Jay lived together for a minute. I mean, shit, we lived for a while. We lived in a bunch of different places or whatever. But we were always with a whole bunch of people most of the time. There was one time, all the time. But there was one time where I had moved into my own apartment. It was just mine. And me and my, kid's mom was sharing custody. And I used to go home and weird thoughts that I never had. And I'm not trying to fuck you up or anything like that or whatever. But weird thoughts that I never had just come in my head. Like, yo, what happens if something happened to me right now? Like, nobody would fucking know about it. Like, nobody would know about it. They would have to wait the days. If I just fell and it was impossible for me to get to the phone, I got stuck. Like, any fucking stupid thing that you could think that can happen, a possibility. Things like that never crossed my mind because I was always used to being, whether it was living with my mom, living with people, living with roommates, whatever. Nothing like that ever crossed my mind until I lived by myself. It's a different type of feel when you're living by yourself. How do you deal with it?
Facts. When I first moved into my apartment, because I've been by myself for about 6 years. When I first moved into my apartment, it took me a year to really get used to it, because I was too used to like working part-time, going home, and then hearing my stepdad come in from work or my mom come in from work hours later. Other than that, I spent a lot of time by myself, but I knew I wasn't going to be by myself for long. But then when you working and then you walk home and then you realize, oh wait, I'm paying for this apartment.
Yeah.
What else?
No one else is here.
What else do I need? Why are they letting solicitors in my house? Who the heck is knocking at my door? Right?
Mm-hmm.
You ever have to ignore a door, like somebody knocking at your door because you have no idea who they are?
I never do. You know why? Because I invite it. Who the fuck are you? And I want to know who you are. And not to be a tough guy and shit, but I'm just saying, honestly, I invite it because
what the fuck are you here for?
I'm the kind of person who wants to know what's going on. Like I don't want shit to happen. And then I'm like, oh, I wonder what that's about. Like, I'd rather, we got cameras, rings, everything. I'm fucking security in my shit. But good fact, like you just said that. Literally the other day, I had this guy come, and Auntie Tiff, she was sitting here, she was working in the living room and stuff like that or whatever. And the guy came, and it was like a security camera, wireless camera sales guy. But he was just in regular clothes and shit. He was no car, it was nothing. So she was like, hey, babe, there's somebody at the door. And she got pissed at me because I opened the door. I opened the garage door. I opened it halfway. And I said, hey, what's good? Who is this? And I always got my shit like I'm somewhere fucking close by or whatever. Like I got weapons all over this motherfucker. But I just opened it and I was like, listen, I could have easily, guy could have fucking just rolled up in here and shot my ass to death and I'd have been done. Had to do whatever he wanted to do with my family or whatever. But I feel like I want to know, like, who the fuck is this? Are you going to come back? Like, what are you doing? Is this a setup? Oh, it's a setup? Okay, let me take care of this problem now. That's kind of how I I approach shit. And I don't want it to come back. Oh, let me, oh, he didn't answer. They didn't answer. Maybe I'll try again later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So instead of thinking about it, I like to just know it. And that's kind of how I deal with that shit.
The one time I opened the door, this is how I learned to ignore it unless I know who's coming up, because I live in an apartment and I only live on the on the second floor, but you still have to buzz people up, right?
Yeah.
So I know when people, I expect people, the only people that come into my place, I expect them, right? So one time solicitors were in the building. I had no idea. They knock on my door. It's a nice guy and his and his partner. They look to be a little younger than me. They give me the whole spiel. They're like, hey, so is your mom or dad home? Because I look young, sort of thinking, hey, anybody else home? I'm like, nah, man, it's just me. So after they get over the shock, they ask me about my electric bill, and they say, hey, we can get it down cheaper for you. I took it hook, line, and sinker, because months later, I'm thinking, everything is good. I'm still paying my amount that I have to pay every month and stuff like that. And turns out they were passing my energy bill to different companies back and forth for almost a year. So I almost messed myself up because I thought, hey, I get a cheaper price.
Bro, listen, man, it's that easy to fucking get caught up in some bullshit, yo. That's why I don't blame people when, like, I've done like sales and stuff like that, and you'll deal with people who are like, hey, we have like different prices for you. We got this.
Hang the fuck up.
And then you're like, listen, bro,
block that number.
I'm telling marketers, they try to get me all the time. I'm like, no, I scam my calls regularly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely protect yourself. I mean, I feel like, with the advancements we do have in technology, especially like security, like, everybody should have a fucking camera on their doorbell. I think them Ring cameras and all that, outside camera stuff, whatever, has shown people, whether it be people stealing your packages, whether it be like, hit and run accidents. There's so many reasons why you just to spend that $100, put that bitch up on your thing and pay attention to what's going on, because these motherfuckers literally just going and kicking in people's doors that have cameras. They don't even fucking care. One of the topics where I wanted to talk about fighting and shit like that or whatever today, fights, and we're gonna watch. We're gonna save it for another time. This is a good conversation, man. I like this shit. We're like, one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about that was because I was watching a video about these guys who were like trying to run up in women's homes and shit. And this one was, I don't know if you guys saw it because it's pretty popular. It's been on like a lot of different things, whatever. But this girl, she was like going in her house and she opened the thing and there was nobody there. It was like you could see down the hallway from her camera or whatever. And then when she finally opened the door, this motherfucker in a white tank top, black dude in a white tank top,
just popped up
and tried to stick his foot into the door so she couldn't close it really quick. And the first thing I think is like I said, when I see shit like that or whatever, is like, yo, listen, like, first off, this motherfucker, and then afterwards he was knocking on the door like, hey, excuse me, miss, like, hey. So it didn't seem like he knew her. It seemed like he literally just tried to jump in her fucking place. So I'm thinking, like, if that happened to me, you know what I'm saying? That's immediately where I go, damn, that's happening? Man, if that happened to me, like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be in here recording and IT Tiff gets home and then this motherfucker just comes from around the bushes and gets it. And then he's in the fucking house now. That person don't know who's in the house. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what's happening. We got dogs. We got a whole bunch of shit. That motherfucker took that much of a chance to have whatever kind of engagement he wanted to have, thoughtless, whatever, or maybe he just was ready for it. Like, if we got a dog, I got this. If we got a husband, I got this. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe this motherfucker's a genius. So it's like, you have to assess your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, well, what am I going to do in this situation now? Like, now I have to, am I ready for that? Can I handle that? Can I control this situation? Can I save my family? And I be thinking of shit like that. And it keeps me the fuck up, yo. Like, it keeps me up. Like, I'm like, damn, that's what motherfuckers will do. There was another one where the girl was walking her dog, and I guess she saw this guy coming because you couldn't see like the other side. You just saw kind of like the grass, and then her ring camera was, and she picked her dog up, and literally she went in her house, and this motherfucker came on the porch and was just standing on the porch. Black dude in a hoodie. It was daytime too, and he was knocking on the door. And she was inside, wasn't opening or nothing like that. And this motherfucker pulled out a pair of gloves and put the fucking gloves on. And was like knocking on her door, still trying to get in the fucking house. Trying to open the lock. And I'm sitting there watching this shit like, yo, this is the type of people that, will change your life in an instant. Are you ready for it? So that's why I was trying to think about like the fights. Like, who's been in a fight? Have you been in a fight? Do you know what to do if you have to get in a fight? Like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? That's what but we're going to talk about that another day. We're going to wrap it up here. This has been a really, really, really good conversation. People have been really fucking into this too. I mean, it's a good topic because, like you said, Kyle, I think a lot of people don't really acknowledge, certain things. I mean, I never thought of disability as like, oh, nobody can do anything or anything like that or whatever. But I do understand how you can feel like, damn, like, they don't take us seriously. Like we have, just because of our things, we're not liabilities. And I can understand how people can feel that way. Like, damn, this is something I
lose a job because of that shit.
Yeah.
Not be able to get a job. Yeah. 36 years old, never had my driver's license, man.
But is that because of America, or is that just because your condition doesn't allow you to do that? Yeah. So we can't.
My seizures.
Yeah, you don't want to flip it.
I'm saying
like,
just
no. It's just like some things you have control of, and other things you have absolutely no control of. Like
because the thing is, I could get it if I wanted to. It's just I'm not willing to risk myself and others
because of the seizures, right? It's
and I've been seizure free for a minute. Me and my wife been talking about me getting it. I'm still debating.
Yeah, definitely want to be.
You'll know what's right for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you'll know what's right. You'll know what's right for you. I've gone back and forth on it. I've gone through, schooling, went to a driving school and everything else like that. But I stink at taking tests. I get really anxious. So I tried 4 different times and failed. And I was like, you know what? I don't, you don't want me on the road anyway. So
I feel you, bro. You ain't missing shit.
Carl,
getting
do you have any inconvenience going through metal detectors?
Are
you allowed to?
Thankfully, no. I did make it. I did make a joke when I got my metal plates put back in, because I've had them taken out and then put back in as an adult, right? And with the like when I was 17, that's when they put them back. That's when they put them back in. And I made a joke about it with my doctor, who has known me since I was a baby. He was the one that diagnosed me. And I asked him, am I going to have a problem getting through metal detectors? He said, no, these things are in too deep. So you're not going to be detected or anything. I'm like, thank goodness for that. But I did think about it seriously for a while, you know?
Yeah, I can't go through metal detector.
Oh.
Yeah. I have a pacemaker like device inserted in my chest. I go through the airport. I got to take everything out of my fucking pockets, and they got to pat me down. It's fun.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. I went to school with I don't even know if we talked, but we didn't really become like friends. But he had a heart monitor on at all times, right? And at one point, I believe we were in Spanish class together, and the heart monitor went. The heart monitor went off, right? Like the battery needed to be recharged or something. And I remember everybody in the room laughing, and our teacher had to stop us in our tracks. Like, listen, he wears a heart monitor. Imagine if that was you, right?
So school's where it's fucked up. School's where it's fucked up the most, because kids don't give a shit. Yeah,
we don't know. Like, we don't know any better. They're not educating. They're not.
Yeah, so you can't blame
on this.
You can't blame the
I was in
kids.
school,
or you're just an asshole.
Especially in the 80s and 90s, they weren't educating people on this. Like when I was in school, I was in a Catholic school for a good few years growing up, right? And one year we had a young lady with Down syndrome come in. Now there was no other people like that in the school. There were a few people with physical disability, with other physical disabilities, but they looked at me as if I was supposed to be like her, like automatic friend, like her shadow or something.
I got you. Like you guys are in the same pot.
Exactly. Like she's going to be in the class. You're the only other person with a disability. So we're going to put her with you. I had to do every project with her. I had to,
that's so fucked up. Oh my gosh.
And then I bring it up to the school, and
that's discrimination.
They think I'm just being petty. They think I'm just being just being a kid, being childish, because everybody else is teasing her, and I didn't want to be around that. Now, granted, you're right, because I'm the one, getting bullied, and she's getting bullied, and I was unfortunately, I kind of helped with the bullying because it was off me, right? But one day, I'm at the mall, and this happened a few years back, and we run into each other. And she tells me she's doing fine. She is thriving. She is living her best life. And we gave each other a hug, and it felt like everything that I was holding from that point in time went away.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. I think that's something that you definitely, if you're lucky, you experience growth. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if you're lucky, there's some people who are out there who would just, they never, grow up. Like, yeah, of course you gain wisdom through your existence. But as far as like your mentality, like you just literally, you can stay complacent in your mentality. You might learn, oh, maybe I won't make this hot dog this way because it didn't turn out right or some shit like that. But some people have their own ways of just thinking, whether it be like, oh, I want to be the high school captain football team or some shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like some people can't let shit, progress. Like people just get stuck. And I think, like you said, you had the acknowledgement of like, you saw her and you kind of had the engagement that you had with her at that age. But as you got older, man, things change. People change. You understand that. You understand that growth does happen. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have that kind of comprehension, it's hard to let things go. It's hard to kind of, accept that, oh, I was kind of a dick back then, but I know that I bettered myself since then. And if I did see somebody that I wronged, I'd be like, hey, man, damn, I'm sorry. That shit, I'm sorry about that. You know what I mean? I don't even know what I'm saying. Right. It's like, yo.
You got to see where Cece's at, man.
Oh, man, listen, bro. Yeah, I was
You gotta
an
find
asshole,
Cece.
bro. No, that motherfucker.
You
he
gotta
deserved
find
it.
Cece. No, you ain't have to. No.
No, I launched his ass. This kid. Okay, he's talking about this is gonna be don't judge me,
Middle
y'all.
school.
You know the fucking situation. But yeah, we was in middle school, whatever, and this kid was sitting there. I forgot even what happened, bro. I
He was on the
literally
snack bar line.
Yeah, we were on the snack line, and CC he wasn't like crippled like that, but
He started kicking your leg.
Yeah, he started kicking my leg, and I'm pretty sure that the only thing I was like, I was like, go, man, I was like, go, so we can fucking go, whatever. And he was doing something, and he turned around and he just started fucking kicking me in my leg. Started kicking the shit out of me, and everybody got mad because I took his ass and launched his ass the fuck out of my face, and everybody got mad at me. And I mean, in hindsight, I can see like, oh, Brian's big ass over here trying to fucking kick Cece's ass, and I'm like, nah. I'm like, yo, Lizzie, fucking start kicking the shit out of me, bro. What you want me to do?
No,
but
you
frustrated
really,
me, yo.
I get it because he was just because he was frustrating you. He wasn't stopping, but at the same time, I would wonder, was he doing it on purpose because he knew he could get a rise out of somebody, or was it something that he didn't have to? Like, I don't know his condition, so I don't know if it's something he didn't have to.
Like, he had a mental disorder.
That's another good point.
Don't know what it was, but
I don't think he had a mental disorder. I don't know what the fucking kid had. I don't fucking care. I was in sixth grade.
Disabled or not, you can't use everything as
no. Listen, I agree. I agree.
See?
I agree.
Yeah, but a second ago you were just over there judging me like, no, you shouldn't have did. Why?
No, listen. I didn't say you shouldn't have did it, my nigga. Don't put words in my mouth. When did I say you shouldn't have did it? Never.
No, you could.
I didn't say that shit.
Listen, he looked at it.
No, I didn't say that shit. I didn't say
like a paper airplane.
You guys have known each other forever, huh?
Oh, yeah,
listen, he was on. This was his ass right here. It just.
You know what's funny?
That nigga was
Kyle, you know what's funny about Jay? If that shit would have happened to Jay, he would have did the same fucking thing, trying to act like he would.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Or kicking the shit out of you.
Definitely.
Too. Nah.
Definitely. Listen, I just said definitely. I would have did the same shit too. Okay. It's just funny as hell. It's just funny as hell how that shit happened. And then Miss Brownlee, oh my gosh,
that nigga had to pay.
Miss Brownlee, she
trying to gas it up.
That was her child for the day.
Listen, bro, this how she went. Yo, listen, Kyle, they came back. I'd have bring my mother and shit to school and everything after that, right? This motherfucker gonna come back with his arm all wrapped up and shit.
Yeah, didn't even fucking. Nah,
come on.
And it's fucked up because they didn't want.
Just pushed him out the fucking way.
They didn't want to let me be witness because we were fucking friends. They didn't want to take my statement or nothing, bro.
Wipe my whole ass.
They were terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was gonna cover for him.
That was like sixth grade. That was fucking. We were young.
I told Miss Blow, I was like, it was not his fault. I was like, I'm being honest. I was like, CC shouldn't have kicked him.
Start kicking the shit out of me.
They still suspended that motherfucker. They suspended Brian for what, an asshole, fucking 10 days.
Bro, I was telling that story about when me and Keyshawn, I forgot what it was, but we were eating the sunflower seeds. This shit is funny as hell. We were eating the sunflower seeds. Me and Keyshawn had that whole bag of fucking sunflower seeds. And we kept eating them. But this is where we're assholes, right? We were spitting the seeds.
Oh, you dumped the shit
on the floor. We were spitting the seeds on the floor. All right, so Miss Blow, our teacher, Miss Blow, she came over to the fucking to where we were sitting, and she looked at the floor. It was nothing but spit out sunflower seeds all over the fucking floor.
They blame that shit on somebody.
No. It was us. It was us.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Let me tell a story, Jay. Just fucking trying to guess it. We started. She came over and she was like, "Yeah, give me the sunflower seeds." So she took the whole big ass bag of sunflower. I bought the fucking big bag of sunflower seeds. She took the whole big bag and fucking dumped them in the garbage.
Dumped it in the garbage.
Yeah. Wow. So listen. This is where it's fucked up, right? So me and Keyshawn, we wanted them. So we go in there and he's keeping lookout. And it's like, the sunflower seeds, they landed on the folder. He's like, just get the folder. We're going to get the seeds or whatever. So we go and we get in the fucking garbage and we scoop fucking sunflower seeds, putting them in our pocket. And Miss Blow caught us in the fucking garbage. He's keeping lookout, and I'm fucking scooping the sunflower seeds. Brian, Keyshawn, you're going home.
Mm-hmm.
That shit, we was fucking bad, bro. We was fucking bad, yo. We did a lot of this shit, yo. In middle school, they put our whole fucking 6th grade floor in school suspension. All of us, the whole
floor.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that shit, Jay?
Yeah.
We was all sitting out, we was sitting on the floor, and all the teachers on the whole floor was walking up and down, fucking talking to us. Y'all out of control. We came Cleveland Middle School. We came from Elizabeth, New Jersey. We fucking wild, bro. We was reckless in that bitch.
Man.
But we was wild. We was wild.
We weren't as bad as the ones before us though, because my mother was scared of me going, because you remember Cleveland was the crazy school where they was throwing motherfuckers out the window.
Yeah, and Ricardo jumped out the fucking window. Yeah, bro, it's
no. I don't mean that. No, I mean when they were hurting. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, my mother was afraid of me going through that shit.
But here's the thing, Jay.
That was the bully school in Elizabeth.
Listen, I've been talking about this shit a lot recently, about like how your form of acceptance is how it is. Like, we don't think it's that bad because we were there. We experienced it. But us telling these stories right now is fucking crazy to people. Like, when I tell Tiffany some of the shit that you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Same thing when I tell Em.
Yeah, like when you tell Ebony, right? Like even when we're telling Kyle, like Kyle, like he checked out. Kyle tired tonight.
No, my thing. No, the window.
He's sitting back, relaxing.
The window thing floored me. Like
oh, bro, listen, my boy.
The window thing floored me. I've seen people get arrested. I've seen people fight. I've seen a girl rip a weave off of somebody's head. I have never seen somebody fall like get thrown out of a window. You know?
Yeah, I didn't get.
No, that one he jumped. He jumped.
Yeah, he jumped out the window.
Yeah, he jumped out the window.
He jumped out the window. I remember. I'll never forget that fucking day.
That cannot be me.
He jumped out the window. I remember we had a teacher, Mr. Browski. We made this fucking old lady.
Oh gosh,
we destroyed that lady, bro. We used to throw crayons and pencils and shit at her when she was writing on the board. And I remember the day my boy Eric, she was writing on the fucking board, and he threw a dictionary at her. she was facing the board, writing the board. It's funny now. Fuck y'all. It's funny now. He threw the dictionary at her, and it hit the back of her head and the front.
Smashed right to the chalkboard. Right into the fucking chalkboard.
Yo, this was fucked up, right? Mr. Browski, we used to be being bad. Like, she'd be trying to teach and we'd be talking or doing whatever. Mr. Browski would say, "Wow, this is a bad class." And when she say that, we would all be like in the class.
We would go,
wow.
You suck.
Yeah. We would put our hand in our thing like this, and be like, "Mr. Browski, shut the fuck up." Shut your old ass the fuck.
It was bad.
At the end of the day, I remember. I'll never forget this shit in my life, yo. We used at the end of every day, she'd stand there, she'd close the door, and she'd wait until the bell rings to release us. So we all used to go to the supply cabinet, the arts and crafts shit or whatever, where the crayons and pencils were, and we get all the crayons and we break the crayons and shit. And then she'd be standing there by the door.
Because it used to be, it was me, Brian, Davon, Keyshawn, Peter.
Now that was when I was in Mr. Browski class. That wasn't when I was in Miss Blow class. Miss Blow, that's why they changed me, because I had told my parents that fucking Mr. Browski hit me that day. Because she had like, Mr. Browski, I forgot what the fuck she did. I don't even know if I lied. I'll be honest with you. I think I lied. But I was gonna get in trouble, and I said she hit me or some shit like that or whatever. But that's when they changed me into Miss Blow's class, because I was fucking bad, bro. I was fucking bad. I was a ringleader in that shit, throwing crayons, wilding the fuck out. Yeah, we was rough, bro. But
we always got in trouble. My mother didn't want us hanging out.
Nope. Yeah, I was the bad kid.
Nope.
I was
You were the bad kid. I was about to ask who was worse.
Man, I was fucking. Listen, Jay
Brian,
didn't put shit
listen,
on me.
10 times
Yeah.
worse.
Not all the
10
shit that I
times
did.
worse.
I mean, this is going back from when I was little. When I was little, I used to watch movies like Home Alone. I used to hate my fucking neighbors, yo. So I literally booby trapped their house. They went on vacation. I stuck fucking twigs and shit in their door. I shot a bow and arrow through their window. I was always fucking bad, yo. I was rough. I was a rough kid. But yo, listen, guys, we're gonna wrap this up a little early today. I gotta fucking head to work tomorrow. Damn, I'm back at work, man. I'm going to work tomorrow. But this is a really good conversation. I know it's just us tonight. And it's gonna be some nice, just us. We just talk some shit, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoyed having the fear talk. We're gonna try to see if we can get some more people on. It's hard to get people on Sundays, but I don't know what the fuck is going on with Sundays. But Beeline, love you guys so much. You know, it's been another Live in the Line. We're gonna be here every Sunday. I'm coming back every Sunday. I don't give a fuck, even if it's just me. I want to come in here and talk some shit and get some stuff off my chest. I enjoy this. I love it. Anybody got anything to say? Anybody say any closing?
Man, tonight has been an eye-opening night. I'm gonna just say that. Thank you both for sharing. Honestly,
yeah,
likewise, man.
Man, it like I know we've been chopping it up these few episodes, but actually I kind of feel closer to y'all now.
Oh yeah. It's been really
Definitely.
good, bro. It's been really good,
You
Kyle.
know?
You've been cool as fuck, man. Yeah, really appreciate your perspective.
I really appreciate you guys open up to me. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Likewise,
brother.
man.
For sure. But yeah, we back at it, y'all. Sunday night, Love on the Line, baby. Thanks to the sponsors. Thanks to JD the Mouth. Thanks to Kyle Eric. Make sure you check them out. And we'll be back next week, y'all. Have a great week going into the week. Peace.
Happy Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day. That's right. A lot of people don't got work tomorrow. That's right. I almost forgot about that too. I took tips off. I got my nieces here. I'm going to work. But all right, y'all. I'm outie, man. Let me go upstairs with my baby.